Hello guys, this is Storm Runner, and today I am back in Scrap Mechanic, and today I'll be looking at 3 of my older builds. One of them I've come back and actually revised a lot, so it actually works. And basically the title, what I've titled this is the good, the bad, and the laggy. So this first one is the good piston engine. Well, the idea I've been going for is a piston engine car that has a 4-wheel drive system that can also turn and has suspension on it. And if you've played the game before, it is ridiculous to get all that to work together without any bugs, glitches, stuff grinding on top of each other. And to get ground clearance too with that really sucks. But this is the best design I've come up with yet. I have turned off the what are they called? The sensor noise too, so that won't be annoying. I also did add in a clutch, and as you can see, it is working very well. A lot of complex things going, especially on the front axle. Just because I had to add the these bars on the side to allow it to turn. But anyways, one of the cool features is to give it more ground clearance. I added a button that allows you to raise it up. Oh, I'm gonna go over a cliff now. Hopefully I can make it out. Here we go again. Got myself unstuck off of that cliff. As you can see, it's got a lot of power to it. The 4-wheel drive system does work, and all in all, I'm kind of impressed in this. It took me forever to actually get this to work, because just when we started making piston engines like a while ago, I wanted to get something like this working. I think a lot of people did, and I'm kind of unsure if anyone actually... I think I beached it. But I'm kind of unsure if anyone... Let's turn it. Alright, we're back up. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I'm kind of unsure if anyone actually got a system like this working for a car. I mean, I've seen people try, and I tried myself with a bigger design, and you'll see that one later. But now we can, let's see, disconnect the engine and put the brakes on. Alright. I'll be back in a minute with the... Which one is next? The bad one. Alright guys, here is the bad one. Now, this one does actually work. It will run, but there are a lot of problems with it. One including the ground clearance here, and the turning is... it leaves stuff to be desired, just because it's like a... I used a... I think I'm saying this clearly, a rack and pin steering system. Anyways, it just, the problem with using that type of system on this is it's hard to get the axle to be in the correct spot, and then it also moves the universal joints coming from your engine. But I can get it moving, and it will turn. It's just horrible just because the one gear going for the rear axle, it just keeps hitting stuff, and there's so many problems with it. And all in all, it just doesn't seem to work that well. And it also takes an electric engine to run the steering. And this version does not have a reverse gear, so... And last but not least, we have the laggy. Now this one took me eternity to build, but it is a huge monster truck with a V16 inside of it. It has suspension for each wheel built into it. Well, it isn't for each axle is what I'm trying to say. And then it's got This thing is just so laggy. Hence being the good, bad, and the laggy. This one is. But I believe the lag is what has caused me to never even be able to drive this thing forwards. Just because, because there's so much weight on top of it too. Because when I had it just without the frame, the thing somewhat worked. I mean, I get it rolling, that'd be about all, but if I take this thing off the lift, the game will just, I don't even know if it'll work. Oh, I'm getting about like, I don't know, a frame or two a second. Like, I can get up here and get into the car, but other than that, I mean, you see the suspension working on it, the axles, like, it should be fully working, but it's just so laggy. Here, I'll start up the engine. Oh, that's not the engine. There's the engine. See, the V16 works in there. You guys all see it running in there? But when I try to get all this stuff down here moving, all these axles, like I've got an axle up here that moves onto another axle that brings it down onto the distributing axle. And the distributing axle has a thing in the middle that can change it from forwards to backwards. But it's just ridiculous. Let's see. Is 1 my clutch? Yep, there it goes. So now we should have movement, but it just seems like either the weight of the cab is prohibiting it, or it's just lag. Actually, no, it might just barely be moving backwards right now. I'll throw it into forwards now. You see, that's the one problem about it. The forward and backward system I have kind of doesn't really work. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching this. If you like this video, please leave a like and consider subscribing to stay up with this. But I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.